Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, I have shown you a quick overview on my Article Hub project. If you are not seen that video, just go to the description and check out the link. From this video, we are going to work on Article Hub project. So first we are going to complete all the backend APIs, then we are going to front end. Okay, so let's start with that. So first we are going to talk about the softwares which is required for developing our the backend. So let me show you. So here first you have to go to this link. From here you can download the latest version of Node.js. You can go with this recommended version 18.88.0. Let me also show you which version I am currently installed in my system. So let me here Node version enter and npm version. So these two versions 18.16.0 I'm using for Node and 9.5.1 I'm using for npm. So you can also go with this version to avoid any issues for further while development. And after that Node.js, you need to install the MySQL. You can go with the latest version of MySQL. And let me also say which version has been installed in my system. 8.0 has been installed, so you can also go with this one. From here you can download MySQL installer and all. After that we need Postman. So basically this one is used to testing our APIs. So in the backend we will going to create the APIs. Okay, so for testing those APIs we are going to use this one. After that here we need VS Code. So VS Code is used for editing our codes and those things. We need, for that purpose this one is required. There are different types of editors is also there. You can also use those, but I am going to use this VS Code. After that here we need Nodemon. So Nodemon is basically is used whenever you have made any changes in your server. So it will deduct that and automatically restart your server. So while development it will be like easy to us to not restart our server multiple times whenever we do the changes. So let me show you how you're going to install this one. So if you scroll a little bit, you can see there's a npm install -g nodemon. So you have to just copy paste this one and open cmd and just paste it over here and press enter. So it will install this nodemon globally in your system. Okay, and after that just close this terminal, and if you write like this version, so it will also going to show you the which version has been installed in your system. So once you are able to see this version, it means that Nodemon is also installed in your system. Okay. After that, just close this one. Just open the VS Code. Let me close the previous one. And here we have just open a blank folder. And inside this one, we have to go to the terminal, new terminal. You can see this one is a completely blank folder, right? So here we have to write npm init and press enter. So after that we have to package name, just press enter and just complete this and click yes and press enter. So you can see package.json file has been created, right? So inside you can see the name, backend version, you can see description, main, index.js, you can see the script, author and license. So these details you can see from here. Now we have to install few packages which we need. So npm install and express framework. As you know, for the creating the APIs and backend Node.js, all those express framework is required. After that MySQL, so connectivity with the database. For that purpose we need MySQL. After that we need .env. So in this we store the environment variables and we can load it at any page. Okay, and we can use it. So for that purpose we need .env, and then we need here chorus cross origin resource sharing. So it allows us to like send the data from the to communicate from front end to the back end, if because both are running on the different origin, right? So let's say front end is running on 4200 port and the backend is running on 880 port. So it will not going to allow us to communicate between them. Okay, so in that case chorus we need to implement the backend, so it will allow us to communicate with each other. Okay, so these 4 packages for now we need. So just writing by these names, press enter. So it will install these packages. We have to just wait for few seconds. while it will install. And here you can see in the dependencies, you can see the chorus .env, express, MySQL with the version you can see here, and node module folder has been created, package lock.json file has been created now. And after that we have to do create one more file here, new server.js, and then we have to start it from this place. Okay, so go to the package.json and here just put a comma, and here we need to write. So someone if write npm start in the terminal here, let's say if npm start, then we have to start our server. Okay, so for that purpose we have to write a start, and in double quotes here we have to write nodemon. We are going to start with the nodemon server.js and press save. So in the server.js it is blank, so it will obviously going to throw the error. So now we have to write the code and all, and few more files here we need to create. So right click, new file, .env file we need to create. And so our server we are going to run on, so server port, so here write port, and on the port 8080 we need to want to run. Save this, and after that we are going to create one more file, index.js, and after that we have to go to the server.js file, and here first we need .env, so require, and here we have to write .env and .configure, and then we need to import const http require, and here we need to write http and const app. We need to import our index file, index, then const server, and http dot, we need to create the server, so server, and inside this one we are going to pass the app, and server going to be the listen, and from .env we want to get this 8080 put, right? So from here we just need to import this one, and then we have inside this one we can access those variable by writing process .env .port, like this, put semicolon, save this. After this we have to go to the index page, so go to the index page, and here we have to write const express framework require, okay, no, require, and here we have to write express, and we also need to import the chorus, this one, for cross origin, so require, and here we have to write this, and then we have to write const app is equals to express, and here we have to use app dot use. Inside this one we need to write goes this one to implement allow the origin, and then we have to write app dot use. Here we have to write express dot json. Okay, so express json is used for passing incoming json data from http request body actually. So for that purpose we have added this line of the code, and after that here we have to write module.export, and here we have to write app, put semicolon, and save this. After that we have to again go to the .env as we want to create the connection with our database. So connection database connection details, here we are going to write, so db underscore port, and on 3306 our port our database is running, so db, after that db host, so the host will be localhost, and db username username is equals to root, okay, and db password is 12345 6. As per your system, you have to just configure as you have to change the password, username and all, and db underscore name. So here we are going to write article hub Node.js. This one I'm going to just copy this one, as this till now we don't have any database with this name. So I'm going to write here create database and press enter. You can see database has been created with this name, and after that we have to create here one more file here that will be connection.js. So in this we have to import MySQL. So here we have to write require, and here we need to pass MySQL, and as we also need to import environment variables, so here we have to write .env .configure, and after that here we have to create the connection equals MySQL dot create connection, and inside this one we need to pass the object which is going to contain all the informations like port. So process dot env dot db underscore port, like this. Host process dot env dot db underscore host, and user process dot env dot db user name, and after that password process dot env dot db underscore password database, and process dot env dot db underscore name. Save this and put a semicolon at this place, and here we have to write connections, then we have to connect actually. So connect, and here if error occur in that case, and if it does not, let me decrease the size of this one. If there is no error occur, in that case we are going to display message. So console.log database connected successfully. This message will be visible. Else we are going to show console.log error. Okay, so till now it will not going to call this page, as we need to import this page to our index. So go to the index, and here we need to write a const connection is equals to require, and here we need to write here connection, this one. Just save this. Now we have to open the terminal, and here we just need to write npm start to start our server. So just press enter. So it will going to Nodemon is going to call. Okay, here we are getting some kind of error. Okay, so here error shows. So we have to go to the server.js file. Here you just need to put this one slash and just save this, and again you can see we have saved it, and we are getting this message database connected successfully. So previously we did not put in this one, that's the reason it was showing the error. If I want to again run npm start, you see it will going to directly show us, you can see database connected successfully message. It means that our database and server, everything is working fine. So there is a maybe chance that some user get this kind of error. Client does not support authentication protocol request by the server. So you just need to run this above query alter user root at the rate localhost identity with MySQL underscore native underscore password by, and here you have to just pass your password, system password. So currently my password is 123456, so I have to just pass it over here. You have to just open this MySQL and here paste that query and just press enter. After that you try to connect it again, it will fix that issue. Okay, and after that we have to go to the connection.js. So here we miss one line of code here. So here we have to write module dot exports is equals to connection and save this. And here you can see again the server has been restarted. So every time you made the changes, it will going to restart. Now we have to create here a new file that will be table.sql. So here we have to create we are going to just write the query here of that. So create table app user, and inside this one we have to write ID int primary key, and it will be auto increment, and after that name varchar, and let's say size is 250, email varchar, also make it as 50, and password varchar, let's make it as 250, and after that status varchar, make it as 20. So it will store the status true false whenever user is active or inactive. After that is deletable. So this will be basically like if any user can be deletable or not. So if we mark it as is deletable true, in that case we can delete it from UI, else it will not going to visible to the UI. So for that purpose we have created this column. So varchar we are also making it as 20, and here we need a unique field that should be unique, and here mark email, put semicolon over here, and first query to insert a new admin we are going to add. So insert app user name, email, password, status is deletable, and here we have to pass the values admin at the rate email.com, admin, and password is also admin, and here we are going to mark as true and false here, this one. And just we are going to complete or copy this query. Let me decrease the size of this one so that you can see at once. And to copy this one, open MySQL. Here we have to write use article hub Node.js, and here I'm going to paste it, enter, and here we are going to write here select star from app user, and here you can see the user. Okay, so now we are going to write the API to basically add new user. Okay, so just save this one as table has been created. Now we are going to create a new folder here, so it will contain all the routes. Rename this one routes, press enter. Inside this one we are going to create a new file app user.js, press enter. A file has been created. Now we need to import this file to index page. So here we have to write here const app user route, and require we need to import and here we need to write import routes slash app user, and here we need to write app dot choose, and initial we are going to write the path app user comma, and we have to just pass that app user routes and save this. Okay, it's throwing error because it does not have anything to export. Okay, so just go to the app user and we are going to write the code. So here we just need to import the express first. So express is equals to require, and here we have to write express, put semicolon, then we need here const connection and require, we need to import the connection, this one, and then we have to need const router is equals to express dot router, this one, save this. It might, okay, still we are getting error, not a problem. After that we just need to export here, so module dot exports is equals to router, this one, then save this. You can see error has been removed after writing this line of the code. Okay, so now we have to write the code to create an API. So here we are going to route dot post, and here we have to pass add. So what will be the name of the API while accessing? So add new app user, so this will be the name, and after that request response, and then we have to put the brackets and press enter, and then we have to get the user details. So that will be going to request from the body, and then we have to write here query, first query, and in this query we are going to first check that if the email already exists or not. So select email, password, or status from app user, where email is equals to, just write like this, question mark, and here we have to write connection dot query, and here we just need to pass the above query, not this one, this query we just need to pass, and this one is to execute the query, and this one is the query we are going to pass it inside. And then we have to write here user dot email address, which we want to search. After that error or result, and then we have to just write like this. Okay, you can also format this page with just right click and go to the format document, and it will format your page. And after that, if there is a no error occur, so in that case we have to execute then we have to insert the new details which we are getting, and an else condition we have, if any error occur, in that condition we have to return response dot status with 500 and dot JSON, and here we have to just return whatever the error we are going to get. Okay, and inside if condition, if results dot length is less than equals to 0, it means that with the given email address any record does not exist. In that case we have to insert, right? So here we have to write query, just a variable, we just not need to import anything for this one. Okay, it's just a var, you can write it like this also. Okay, so query, and here we have to write the query. So here we have to write insert into app user, and here we have to just write name, email address, password, status, and is deletable, and here we have to write values and question mark 1, 2 and 3, and this details will be by default false and this one will be by default true. So whenever any users sign up like added from admin, so it will be the status will be false and deletable will be always true. So for that purpose we have written this code. Just put a semicolon at the end here also, just put it, and after that let me decrease the size of this one. Okay, remove that one. Okay, so after that we have to again create the connection dot query to execute the query, and in this we need to pass the query, and here we have to just write user dot name. So after that user dot email, user dot password error, and here we have to write results, and then here we have to write like this brackets, just format this one, format document. Let me decrease the size of this one. Okay, so here inside this one we have to write if there is a no error occur, in that case we are going to return the response. So return response dot status, and status with 200 error code or with JSON, and here we have to write message and successfully registered. This message we are going to return, and in else condition if we're getting an error, return status, and here we are going to return 400, not 400, it should be 500 dot JSON. Here we are going to return whatever the error we get. Okay, so after that you can see there's a if condition. If result dot length is less than equals to 0, so in that case it will going to insert insert in our database, and if it is greater than that, so it means that any user already exists in our database whose email address has been found. So in that case we need to return 400 status code and with JSON, and JSON with message email already exist with this error. Okay, so after that just format this one and just save this. You can see server has been restarted again. Now we have to open the Postman. So let me open the Postman, and we are going to test the API. So it will take few seconds to start our Postman. Now here we have to click on this one, and as this is a post method, here you can see the different methods exist. You can click on post, and after that we have to write local host 8080 where our backend services is running. Okay, so when you go to the .env file, you can see the port here 8080. If you change it, you also need to change it over here. Okay, after that here /app user. So the app user will be come from at this place, and in index we have written over there. So app user, we just need to copy paste it over here / and then we have to write here add, then we have to call this one, right, this route. So add new app user, we just need to copy this one and paste it over here. After that we have to put some data in our body. So go to the body and it will be raw, and this should be JSON, right? So click on over here. Then we have to put the brackets, and here we have to write one by one the names. So here we are expecting the name, email address and password. So these three fields we're expecting. So here we are going to write here name. So I'm going to write here test user, and after that here we need email. So here I'm going to write test user@email.com, and after that here we have to write password. So going to write password, and I'm going to write a test user password. I'm going to write this one. After that, I'm going to try to hit the API. I'm going to hit the API. You can see we get the message successfully registered. If I go to the database, I'm going to select app user. You can see we are getting the details. Test user, you can see the email, you can see the password, you can see the status, initial status as false and is relatable. It is true. Now we are going to change this email address as an admin, as this email address already exists. In that case, let's see what happened. I'm going to click on send. You can see we are getting bad request and we are getting also message. Email already exists. It means that our add new app user API is working fine as expected. So as of now, it is not using any token mechanism, GW token mechanism to secure our APIs. So we will do that in upcoming next video. So stay tuned with us and please hit like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.